Dear folks, take your group discussion book. It's the page number 292 to 293. The topic here is the society and corruption in India. Is an age-old thing which we see, a virus in a society. Corruption. See, the first point here is corruption has become a part and parcel of a political and economical system. The greed for money and power has given rise to corruption, which is like a cancer to be operated and removed. It is told that if only the corruption is not there in India, India would have emerged as the super economical power. And one other thing also, it is told that the most corrupted countries in the list, India comes in first 10. How sad. And because of this corruption, many multinational companies are hesitant to start their companies in India. So the corruption almost is in all the departments of the government sector. So the chief minister of various states and prime ministers were indicted by the courts for their involvement in corruption. Even though the politicians are indicted, they come back to power. The politicians are thinking smartly and they play their game well without getting caught for corruption. Everybody knows the politicians, the prime minister, the chief minister, somehow or other they are involved in corruption. But whatever even the courts says, even if it is proved, they come back to the power, and you know the examples. Number third point is every country in the world suffers from corruption. Corruption is as old as history. Most of the politicians, executives and judiciaries place their personal interest over national interest and national security. Because of this, country is getting corrupted. Judges, you find I.A.S, I.P.S officers, you find hospital, courts, where not the corruption is not kept its foot. Everywhere you find corruption. So next point, fourth point is corruption is from top to bottom. The haves indulge in more corruption than have-nots. It's always the rich man, it's always the powerful man who is getting involved in corruption. In this globalized world, economic reforms and abolition of license Raj, the politicians and bureaucracy stop the progress of a country's economical development by demanding bribe. The major problem for the foreign investors in India is corruption. We don't have a dictator. We don't have stringent laws to warn the corrupt people, to punish the corrupt people. Our judiciary is almost like it takes decades to punish a corrupt man. By then people forget, and that man, he keeps coming out through bail and to adjourning and whatnot. Okay, coming here. Fifth, the ordinary citizens in India pay bribe to get electricity connection, gas connection, treatment in government hospital, registration offices, the entire institution, and the systems are systematically destroying our nation. The citizens are paying bribe for services which we should get as free of cost. The entire progress of our nation is blocked by corruption. The progress is stopped by corruption. Can anybody get a free electricity connection? Can anybody get a gas connection? Can you go to government hospital and get a good treatment without paying any bribe? So everywhere corruption is there. See, 2G spectrum corruption in which how many crores? 1,76,000 crores. Huge amount. CAG has told, has given the document, involved. Others housing corruption in which the houses which ought to be allotted to Kargil soldiers were taken away by the businessmen, army officers and politicians. The Commonwealth Games corruption, military equipment purchase, and all these corruptions have spoiled India's image internationally. See, Commonwealth Games, corruption. Who is involved? A senior most cabinet minister. 2G spectrum, who is involved? Senior most minister. Everybody are under the guidance of whom? The prime minister. He knows, but he is unable to act. So what should be done? Next year, 7. Anna Hazare, a soldier by profession at his young age, retired, and he became a social worker. He doesn't have any piece of land on his own. He gets a monthly pension, lives in the temple, and 3 or 4 dresses and a plate is his own property. That's all. He fought he went for fast into depth for eradicating corruption and bringing Jan Lokpal. Jan Lokpal is a format where every state government should implement and start Lok Ayuktas, and central government should have Lokpal, where it has the exclusive power whereby the CBI comes under the control of Lokpal. Here, raise the passion of the nation, the people united under the meditation guru Ramdev, a person who is a Swamiji who has gone on record for fighting against corruption and bringing the black money from foreign countries, was against the black money deposited in foreign banks by Indians. The Lokpal should and must be introduced, and our Prime Minister and Central Bureau of Investigation should be brought under Lokpal. Here CBI is under the hands of the ruling party, the Prime Minister. When CBI is under him, how can they do impartial inquiries regarding corruption? So this CBI should come under the Lokpal. Lokpal should be given a separate power, and it should be answerable to the people and not to the ministers. This is what it's all about here. So நண்பர்களே, இன்றைய கூட்டு விவாதம் சொசைட்டி அண்ட் கரப்ஷன் இன் இந்தியா என்று சொல்லக்கூடிய இந்தியாவிலே லஞ்ச லாவண்யங்கள் பக்கம் 292 293 எடுத்துக்கொண்டிருந்தால், முதலாவதாக இந்தியாவினுடைய அரசியல் பொருளாதார அமைப்புகள் இந்த லஞ்ச லாவண்யங்களால் இருந்திருக்கிறது. அந்த பணத்தின் பேராசை கரப்ஷன் என்று சொல்லக்கூடிய லஞ்சத்துக்கு வழிவகுக்கிறது. அடுத்ததாக இது ஒரு கேன்சர் போன்று, புற்றுநோயை போன்று இந்தியாவிலே அது அழிக்கப்பட வேண்டும், அது ஆப்ரேட் செய்து கொள்ளப்பட வேண்டும். அடுத்ததாக முதலமைச்சர்களும் மத்திய அமைச்சர்களும் மற்றும் அரசியல் I.A.S, I.P.S ஆஃபீஸர்களும் நீதிபதிகளும் டாக்டர்களும் சிறந்த வல்லுநர்களும் இவர்கள் அனைவரும் கோட்டால் தண்டிக்கப்பட்டிருக்கிறார்கள். இருந்தாலும் இந்த அரசியல்வாதிகள் மறுபடியும் பதவியை ஏற்றுக்கொள்கிறார்கள். அடுத்ததாக இந்தியாவிலே அநேகம் பேர் நீதிபதிகளும் கூட இந்த லஞ்சத்திலே ஈடுபட்டிருக்கிறார்கள். அதுதான் கொடுமையானது. அடுத்ததாக இந்த லஞ்சத்தினால் என்ன ஆகிவிடுகிறது, பொருளாதார சீர்திருத்தங்கள் இவைகளெல்லாம் முழுமையாக செயல்படுத்த முடியாத நிலைக்கு நாம் தள்ளப்பட்டிருக்கிறோம். வெளிநாட்டு நிறுவனங்கள் இந்தியாவிலே தங்களுடைய பணத்தை கொள்முதல் செய்வதற்கு தயங்குகிறார்கள். அடுத்ததாக இங்கே பார்த்தீர்கள் என்றால், சாதாரண மின் இணைப்பு பெறுவதற்கும் கேஸ் இணைப்பு பெறுவதற்கும் ஆஸ்பத்திரியில் பொது ஆஸ்பத்திரியிலே சிகிச்சை பெறுவதற்கும் நாம் பணம் கொடுத்தால்தான் நம் காரியத்தை வெற்றிகரமாக நடந்து முடிக்கக்கூடிய ஒரு நிலைப்பாடு இந்தியாவிலே இருக்கிறது. அடுத்ததாக பார்க்கும் பொழுது 1000 கோடி 2000 கோடி எல்லாம் தாண்டி இப்பொழுது 1,76,000 கோடி என்கிற நிலையிலே லஞ்சங்கள் வந்து கொண்டிருக்கிறது. உதாரணத்துக்கு 2G ஸ்பெக்ட்ரம் என்று சொல்லக்கூடிய 2ஆம் தலைமுறை அலை வரிசை, இதில் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா 1,76,000 கோடி பணம் இதில் தவறாக பயன்பட்டிருப்பதை பார்க்கிறோம். அடுத்ததாக ஆதர்ஷ் ஹவுசிங் என்று சொல்லக்கூடிய ஒரு மிகப்பெரிய ஊழல். இதில் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா கார்கில் வீரர்களுக்காக ஒதுக்கப்பட்ட வீடுகளை அரசியல்வாதிகள் அபகரித்து கொண்டதை பார்க்கிறீர்கள். அடுத்தது காமன்வெல்த் கேம்ஸ் என்று சொல்லக்கூடிய ஒரு விளையாட்டு நிகழ்ச்சிக்காக இந்த ஒரு மூத்த ஒரு அமைச்சர் பல ஆயிரம் கோடி ரூபாயை எடுத்துக்கொண்டார் என்பதையும் பார்க்கிறீர்கள். அடுத்ததாக இராணுவத்திற்காக இராணுவ தளங்கள் வாங்குவதற்காக செலவழிக்கக்கூடிய பணத்திலே பல லஞ்சங்கள் மக்கள் ஈடுபட்டிருக்கிறதை பார்த்து இந்தியாவினுடைய மதிப்பு சர்வதேச அளவிலே குறைக்கப்பட்டிருப்பதை பார்க்கிறீர்கள். அடுத்ததாக 7வது பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, அண்ணா ஹசாரே என்று சொல்லக்கூடிய ஒரு காந்தியவாதி. அவர் முன்னாள் இராணுவ வீரர். அவருக்கு சொத்து என்று ஒன்றும் கிடையாது. அவர் பென்ஷனை நம்பி வாழ்ந்து கொண்டிருக்கக்கூடியவர். அவர் இந்த சமுதாயத்திலே லஞ்சத்திற்கு எதிராக மிகப்பெரிய போராட்டத்தை நடத்தி கொண்டிருக்கிறார். மக்கள் அவருக்கு ஆதரவை அளித்து கொண்டிருக்கிறார்கள். லோக்பால் என்று சொல்லக்கூடிய ஒரு புதிய லஞ்சம் வாங்குவோரை தண்டிக்கக்கூடிய ஒரு சட்டத்தை 40 ஆண்டுகளாக பாராளுமன்றத்தில் நிலையில் இருக்கக்கூடிய ஒரு சட்டத்தை எடுத்து சில சீர்திருத்தங்களை கொண்டு வந்து அதை பாராளுமன்றத்திலே சட்டமாக இயற்ற வேண்டும் என்று போராடி கொண்டிருக்கிறார். ஸோ இந்த CBI என்று சொல்லக்கூடிய மத்திய புலனாய்வுத்துறை, இது பிரதம மந்திரியினுடைய கட்டுப்பாட்டிலே இருக்கிறது. இது தனி அமைப்பாக இருக்க வேண்டும், அது லோக்பால் கீழே வர வேண்டும் என்று போராடுகிறார். மற்றும் மாநிலம் தோறும் லோக் ஆயுக்த் என்று சொல்லக்கூடிய ஒரு லஞ்ச எதிர்ப்பு ஒரு குழுவை உருவாக்க வேண்டும் என்று போராடி கொண்டிருக்கிறார். அதே போன்று ராம்தேவ் என்று சொல்லக்கூடிய ஒரு சாமியார் அவரும் இந்த லஞ்சத்திற்கு எதிராக போராடுவதோடு மட்டுமல்லாமல் வெளிநாட்டில் பதுக்கி வைக்கப்பட்டிருக்கிற கருப்பு பணத்தை இந்தியாவுக்கு கொண்டு வர வேண்டும் என்று போராடி கொண்டிருக்கிறார். So my dear friends, now I leave this topic to you. You have to discuss and say what are the ways is India is corrupted, is the society is corrupted, and what are the remedy measures we shall take. Yes, let us start the discussion, sir. Yes. Put on
in our
the mic.
India, no government.
Everybody, put on the mic. Yeah.
In our India, no government. Anybody say here government is there? No government and no law, no rules. That's the meaning of India.
So if it seems that no government, no law, everything is anarchy. That's what he wants to say, isn't it, sir? What do you think? Is it like that? Is it the corruption involved in India? Is it curable? Can we make India a powerful nation, or is it going to persist for lifelong?
Yes, what he says is somewhat correct. In July 30th, I think, the last day of July, the last day for filing the income tax return, there was no power in Delhi, I think. Next day, the Times of India paper, the newspaper or media is giving idea to the government how to have the full power in the country. In such a big country, the medias are ruling most of the things are ruled by media. The government should give idea to the people. Here people are giving idea to the government, but we are only selecting the people, leaders, but the newspaper is giving 5 points to the government. How should we have the power? We should have the proper price to the power, like that. This is the situation we are
No,
seeing.
do you think the what do you call so called first is, you know, 4 pillars are there. First pillar is legislative, second pillar is executive, so called I.A.S. officers, and third pillar is judiciary, and fourth pillar is press. All these 4 pillars make our country powerful. It is the press it is suggesting.
Yes.
See, what happened is 22 states went out of power because of what? Some states are pulling the current unlawfully. So some happen. Even in U.S. it has happened. 5 days, in fact, the entire U.S. has gone out of power. But in India, it has happened. This is the first time it has happened. 22 states out of power in North India. South India is not affected. And it is the duty of the press, isn't it? Press is one of the pillars of the society. In democracy, press is one. And what's wrong? What do you?
Yes,
why
we
do you?
accept that, but the media is not giving the idea for that one day problem. It's giving the idea for keeping the power for all the day. That's the basic thing.
Yeah,
the
it's a
media
duty
is
of the
giving.
press to correct when the judiciary and when the executive and the legislature are going wrong. It is the rule of the press. It is the duty of the press. Press is one of the symbolic representation of the people, isn't it, sir? Yes. What is your point, Ms. Kalai? Do you find corruption in India, and where do you find this corruption is almost seen?
Mostly in politics.
In politicians, they get corrupted. Why?
Yeah, it's happening top to bottom. Even minister also getting corruptions, and VAO, he also getting corruptions. Whatever government taking steps to stop corruptions, it's spreading like a virus.
See,
among
what
the
to do?
people.
To be an MP, he has to spend 15 crores, I believe. To be an MLA, he has to spend 2 crores, I believe. And he has to satisfy everybody, isn't it? So, is there any alternative? The top man, VOO, village officer, I think so.
Yes.
Whatever the money he gets, he has to give up to the boss, is Tahsildar. And Tahsildar should give to deputy collector. Deputy collector should go to collector. Collector in return has to give to minister. Minister in return has to give to chief minister. So, this is a process, isn't it? So, what is the ways? What are the ways? Yes, corruption is there. What are the ways? What do you think, gentlemen? How to stop? And tell me elaborately what should be done.
What I think is you just privatize all the kind of activities. Whatever the function, whatever the activities are there for the development of society, it should be privatized. And what is the role of the government? It will take care of the police or something, enforcing the law, something like that. Therefore, it will be helpful for all the citizens to get the fruits of that society. That's all. The benefits.
So you
they
are
will
going
get.
back to Adam Smith's economic theory. The role of the government is to protect the people.
Protect the
Every
people.
economical activity should be in the hands of
the
people.
People,
That's
and
what you
keeping
are to
social
say.
obligation also along with that.
Social obligation, certain things which
Otherwise,
government.
the society will not equally develop.
So what is this related with corruption between the minister? Minister is getting in fact he gets more corruption,
Yes,
more
definitely.
money he gets
Or
in his
you can
packet.
take the example of public works department. There are a lot of corruption plays over there. Therefore, if everything is privatized, it means everything, they will not get the money from the other contractors or something like that. Therefore, the contractor's job will be taken place of some multinational companies or some big companies who will execute all kind of the government development.
Okay, gentlemen, what I am telling is all the political parties are sponsored by the private companies, isn't it? MNC companies,
But
private
straight-
people.
Straight away, we will privatize everything.
See, 2G spectrum, all the private people enjoy
Yes,
it.
definitely. But thing is, they have given the license only to few people. Therefore, the demand is more. Therefore, they got the license immediately. They sold it up 6,000. Each license has been sold up to 6,000, 8,000 crores.
And they resold it for
Yes,
10 to
definitely.
20 crores or
Only
30 crores.
companies, some 30 companies.
So if there is lot of companies,
there are 500 companies, means
Ah.
there will not be any corruption or something like
the
that.
500 companies are there, they buy each other
Yes,
and
for every district one company like that. Let them develop on their own way.
So
There will not be any competition. The demand will be more. The bribe will be less. It will be reduced to a greater extent.
it is so simple, like if you have 7 private engineering colleges, lot of
Like that,
demand,
yeah.
lot of people pay donations.
Yes.
So why not start 500 engineering
500
colleges? Why don't we start 500 medical
Yes, definitely.
colleges?
You increase the standard also.
Increase and give permission, give licenses to start various. Once lot of people, lot of companies are there, and the corruption gets almost
it will be reduced.
reduced. You cannot fully
Even
abolish.
a stage may come where the government itself will close down all the corporation school, all their colleges, and they will encourage the students to join into the private colleges or schools, so that they will subsidize whatever the cost of the students they have to bear. Like that it may happen. The students may be exposed to a good kind of education, good quality of education also.
Okay. Now, my dear madam, you know about Anna Hazare? Take the mic, please. Anna Hazare, he went for fast unto death. Now he wants to start a political party. But he says, if I start a political party, each MP should spend 15 crores. That is the norm. How can I get money? I am just thinking, he is saying. So what? How can he form a government? Can you think
Yes, he can
people,
form a
how?
government, because he will collect the money from the people only. People will support him. Whatever amount he will get, he will spend that amount for that. What is that called? To
Okay, people are giving money and he will stand for election. Okay,
once-
what is the present system? All the MPs, how are they getting elected?
they are getting some.
That's also people's money.
That is also people's money. The people money. But some companies, companies, they are paying them.
The companies are paying with the expectation something in
Yeah,
return.
But then what is the happening?
But here
sir?
Anna Hazare is candidate without expectation,
Yes,
people are paying.
If those company like Reliance and Tata, yeah, any other company, they are giving money to the central government or any government to conduct that elections. Later on, those government make the law in favor of those company, not the favor of the all people. If that Ram Hazare, he will collect money from the people, or people they are ready to give because they want change only. We are drastically, we are means very fed up from this government. We want some change, and we are hoping that we will see our country without corruption or not such kind of corruption. So people are ready to support him, and when he will make the government, we think that he will make in favor of us only.
So the present political parties are supported by some companies, and the companies they invest money, and in return they expect something, and it will be beneficial for the company. And here it is collected through the mass, through the people. But do you think Anna Hazare's political party will be successful in eradicating corruption? Because Anna Hazare, Ramdev and Kejriwal and Kiran Bedi, there is a Bush in the lawyer, who not? These are the people, and Raj Papa, I think so, and what's his name? Amir Khan also comes under picture. He is a supporter of Mr. Anna Hazare. And
Not possible to Anna Hazare getting the government. Already spoiled the India. How
who
can-
spoiled? Okay, already there.
Already
But somebody, somewhere, somebody should come there and create something. Already spoiled means you cannot leave it just like that. Somebody should come there and should do some remedy measures. Isn't it so? You cannot leave it like that. You cannot leave your mother, she is already spoiled, health is spoiled. You have to keep on treating her. You have to take her to hospital, because Mother India and our mother, what is the difference? Both are same.
The only difference that is a change in the form of action of the government may take place because of the price rise only. If the price of the rice or some wheat has gone up to 100 rupees or 200 rupees, everybody will vote against the government at the center, whatever the government, whether it is X or Y, everybody will vote against that government only. Like that, the price itself will be acting as a step to bring down that government.
Okay, right.
That is it. Otherwise, Anna Hazare, whatever he is carrying over, it will not make any impact on majority of the population. It will be centered around Mumbai only or Maharashtra only. It may, I fear, it may lead to some kind of slow death in the as the time passes.
Slow death. Okay. Slow death. That
Slow
is the
death
point
it
he
may,
says.
because in the matter of time, some few people may expire or something.
Already
like
Anna Hazare is 76.
Therefore,
He is in a
you
bad
want
health.
that part.
In his party, there are very brave people like what is that? Kiran Bedi.
Yes, madam.
So very honest.
Yes, very
brave,
honest. Only
and we are thinking that if they will brought that money from which is deposited in the switch banks.
Okay, it is
so
not at all
that
possible.
money is enough for too much enough for.
It is
to
highly
develop our
impossible.
country.
Whoever is making the government under RTI Act or some act, when they are forcing the government agencies to reveal whatever or what kind of some kind of information or maybe like that, they will be hacked to death within 1 year or 2 years or something like that.
But switch
They will be
government is
murdered.
ready to tell
They
their
will be,
names,
no,
sir.
they will be simply murdered. That's all. Who are all the RTI activities? Majority of those people are simple, innocent people. They used to work hard only for the betterment of the society, but they are murdered simply. Just like that only Anna Hazare, a political activity. Therefore, these kind of the political people or the capitalistic people, they will always try to bring down or kill those people or mutilate
So
this
we have
activity.
to think that it will never can be changed.
It will never be changed unless every man in the country, everyone in the country, he has to feel that pinch of that necessary for a changeover.
No, we
Otherwise,
are changing, sir. We are
we
feeling,
will not
sir.
change,
Everybody
madam.
is feeling now. There should
There
be.
is-
There must be change.
we are not changing. If you are change means you will be simply branded as a Naxalite or Maoist. That's all. If you shout like anything, you will be
So you justify do you justify Maoists and Naxalites?
Huh?
Do you justify
They
Maoists
will
and Naxalites?
brand us. If
They
you
will brand us.
Yes, simply they will brand the students or other people, whoever is rising.
No, who
their-
will brand us? Is it the press or is the ruling
press,
government?
They can be
No,
managed-
press won't support me. You mean to say press is supporting Anna Hazare? Press is supporting Ramdev.
The police or politicians, they will brand those people. Even some central government people or some central ministers, they have branded those Anna Hazare movement or other some Maoist supported people. Maoist supported
American
movement,
supported,
American
CIA
supported.
agents.
They will brand those
Pakistan
activity or,
supported agents.
that kind of movement. in
With the help of
process.
CBI and RAW.
Yes, definitely they will.
They are in
brand
the
them like
hands
that.
of Prime Minister
They will
and
brand
ruling
like that.
party. They have the CBI people to implant stories,
The
to
thing is,
invest
all
money.
educated people, they should realize that it is not at all possible.
Okay.
That is the main
One
thing.
great change should happen.
No, sir. If all there will be awareness in all. If there will be awareness, and if we want to change, it may be changed, sir.
It may,
Definitely.
but thing
I
is, it is a
think that
beginning, but
definitely
thing is,
it will be
every
changed.
state at the moment.
Because now everybody wants change.
Yes, definitely. The momentum, the impetus of that momentum, that the force with which has been started in the Maharashtra, it should be started in all the states
Sir, it
simultaneously
is
like
not
that.
only in Maharashtra, it is in everywhere.
Started in
India.
Maharashtra by Anna Hazare, 7
but
ministers
now-
were removed.
But now it is spread everywhere.
It will take still
More
lot
time.
more time.
Okay, dear friends, what I want to say, is there no remedy when Indira Gandhi was the Prime Minister of India, a court verdict was announced, and Mr. Bhushan was the lawyer who was filing a case against Indira Gandhi, saying that she became elected as an MP, and the court gave a verdict, yes, what Bhushan has told is right. She has been elected unlawfully. So immediately Indira Gandhi introduced the emergency. There came a man called Jai Prakash Narayan, and JP, there was a JP movement, and he came, he put forward a fight against mighty Indira Gandhi. He was beaten up in public, his supporters were beaten up in public. Exactly within a year, the entire nation went back of Jai Prakash Narayan, and Indira Gandhi was thrown out of the power, and Janata government has been introduced, and Janata party came to the power. But the sad part is they are not able to sustain. Then once again Indira Gandhi came back, but she had made a mistake of introducing emergency, and she regretted later. Like that, emergency situation is going on. Either it's Anna Hazare or it's Ramdev or one other X and Y, somebody will come. Indians are matured. Indians are not going to allow this to continue. The corruption involvement of lakhs and lakhs of crores of rupees have brought in a light amongst the Indians to do something seriously. So every politician, every bureaucrat, every people in all lines are thinking about a change to happen, a change for betterment and change for removing corruption from India and make India a super economical and social power in the next decade. Thank you, sir.